Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
Bring you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Aitan Sai. In tonight's game plan, we'll check in with the newly announced head coach of the Gilas Pilipinas men's basketball team, Chot Reyes, to talk about his return to the national program.
We'll also talk about the newly minted Chery Tiggo crossover Laure and her excitement to go pro in the Premier Volleyball League. And WBC Featherweight World Champion Magnifico Magsayo relives his title-winning moment in the latest edition of Inside the Game. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. With 3 weeks to go until the country's hosting of the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas announces the return of Coach Chot Reyes as the head coach of Gilas Pilipinas. As the national squad looks ahead to the upcoming games this month, the game caught up with the 5-time PBA Coach of the Year who shared the events that led to his comeback to the Gilas program. Of the hour. He has been all over the news and for good reason. Coach Chot Reyes back as the head coach of Gilas Pilipinas. Unang-una, Coach, congratulations. Welcome back to the program, and it has been a whirlwind few hours for you, I'm sure. How did this happen? How did this come about? Kasi grabe, it took the basketball world by storm.
Well, I'm just as surprised as everyone else. First of all, thanks for having me on your show. I received a call on Saturday night as that the chairman, MVP, wants to meet me on Sunday afternoon. So we had the meeting, and in the meeting was MVP, SBP President Al Pandillo, and PBA Chairman Ricky Vargas. And they informed me, to my shock, that the Tab has informed them that he was stepping down as the Gilas coach to focus on his coaching job as the Ateneo coach. And so they asked me if I was willing to consider coming back as the Gilas coach. Like I said, it was a big shock. Obviously, I had to take time to consult my family, talk to my wife, my kids. But because you know naman how, sa atin lang to, how difficult and sometimes thankless this job can be, right? But in the end, and I've said this all the time, I cannot really turn my back to the call of flag and country. That's how it came about, very, very quickly. And that's why things were finalized just Tuesday, just yesterday.
Well, Coach, you mentioned that you had to talk to your family about it. Can I ask about yung reaction nila when you were offered the job and you were considering it?
My family understands. They appreciate naman the fact that not everyone gets an opportunity like this. They're just worried that it might be a setup to fail because we're playing a game right away. We're entering the window in 3 weeks time where there's a competition. We don't even have a team to speak of right now because I find out that in the original Gilas pool, there's less than 8 people left or 6-7 people left. So but when you accept a job like this, you take the good with the bad, diba? So we know that there are going to be difficulties. We know that it's not going to be the most ideal of situations. But like I said, kung kailangan gawin, then kailangan gawin.
Coach, this team, you mentioned it a while ago that there are only 7 or 8 people in the pool at the moment. Tapos may February window pa. Short-term plans first, now that this is on your plate. Do you have any idea how you're going to go about it?
Well, first I have to catch my breath. I'm still kind of processing everything. The first order of business is to put a coaching staff together to help us figure out the plans, pick the players. It's just yesterday that I've been able to take a real close look at who is available, who is remaining from the original plan. I was a very big supporter of Coach Tab's program. Remember, when we were awarded the hosting in 2018, we came up with the 23 for 23 list, right? So I'm a big believer in that kind of a program. Unfortunately, things happen. You know, COVID happened, the Japan League happened, the Taiwan League happened, and then we lost people. The program lost players left and right. So now today, they couldn't even put together a team. So short-term plan is put a team together, find a way to assemble a team that can at least be competitive in 3 weeks time.
Well, Coach, this obviously is going to be a big challenge for you. And right now, I'm not sure if any of the details were actually hammered out. But then, does this mean we could expect more PBA players to be involved in the program, at least short term, and then hopefully in the build up come 2023?
It's too early to tell, but I don't think that's out of the picture. That has to be considered now, not because we want to do it, but because, like I said, there's just basically nobody left in the original pool. And then you factor in the college players who are now already preparing and practicing with their own college teams, because the UAP, the UNCE is about to open as well, right? So that's the kind of restraint and limitations that we're faced with. Like, we have to figure out how to put a team together. I think that's job number one. For now, at least short term. Short term. And then we can revisit and think about and plan for 2020.
Coach, a big task ahead of you starting February, starting the whole journey to 2023. Your message to all the Pinoy hoop fans out there who are, who have been shocked by the news, who are excited, worried, nervous. There's so many emotions going around, Coach. Anong mensahe mo?
I think what happened now is a perfect reflection of the sign of the times, where the real normal is really unpredictability. The new reality really is disruption. Whatever plans, no matter how carefully crafted and well-laid plans that we have in front of us, the fact of the matter is we will be disrupted. And I think that's what we are faced today. I mean, I never applied for this job. I didn't even think at having this job at all. It was farthest from my mind, because I was very happy with my role in TNT, with my job in TNT. And as you know, I'm very busy doing other things as well. And but like I said, things happen. And my message to everyone is, number one, we're praying for your support. We're praying for your prayers. Thanking the SBP, Chairman, MVP, the PBA board for their trust, and praying for the support of the entire nation. And I know there are a lot of people who have, like you said, there's a lot of different emotions, and a lot of people have their own ideas. We respect it, and we cannot promise anything except just our best. That we're going to go in full on, full out, all heart. We'll do our best para sa bayan.
Maraming salamat, Coach Chot Reyes. And to all our kababayans out there, you just got a sneak peek into why he gives great seminars, Coach Chot. And hopefully, we get to see him celebrate more success with Gilas Pilipinas. Coach, maraming salamat ulit. All right, I'm here.
That was Coach Chot Reyes on his return at the helm of the national team. Gilas Pilipinas is set to see action this month at the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. And after the break, we'll check in with newly minted Chery Tiggo crossover EJ Laure and her excitement to go pro in the Premier Volleyball League. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game.
Hello, everyone watching on Facebook Live. Up next, EJ Laure is going to join us to talk about her move from Chery Tiggo. And of course, magulat dito si Ai because she doesn't know that during the commercial breaks, we actually talk now
That's
from
super
time to time,
cool.
Ai. So, but when we return, again, EJ Laure joining us to share about her excitement joining Chery Tiggo, and of course, in the upcoming Premier Volleyball League season. And Ai, welcome back to the show. We're so glad to have you back.
Yes, you know what? It's so exciting. And syempre parang nakakabusog ng puso to see athletes once again. And talagang para
Mhm.
bumalik na lahat, both basketball and volleyball here, diba, on the courts.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get to talk to one of them here on the game very soon. So don't go away.
Welcome back to the game. UST's EJ Laure leads the newcomers of the Chery Tiggo crossovers for the upcoming Premier Volleyball League season. Laure will not be pursuing her senior year in the collegiate level and has decided to go pro with 2021 PVL Open Conference champions. Joining her are Roma Doromal and Zach Karangdang, who previously played with the Perla Spikers. Tonight, EJ joins us to share her excitement to go pro with Chery Tiggo. Good evening, EJ!
Hi!
Hi,
Kumusta?
EJ.
Okay lang.
Alam mo, first and foremost, gusto namin ikaw i-congratulate. You are now a professional volleyball player. Anong
Yes,
feeling
thank
nun?
you. Siyempre masaya, pero siyempre may halong onting kaba, onti lang naman.
Mhm.
Kasi siyempre hindi na ako sa UAAP naglalaro and sa Pro League na talaga ako naglalaro.
Siyempre, it's a completely different step. Pero malaking decision yan to make sure to move on from the UAP and go on to the Pro League. Ano yung proseso mo in making that decision?
Before pa kasi mag-start yung UAAP last time, nag-usap na talaga kami ni Ayan na parang isang year lang talaga akong sasama sa kanya. So, yun. And kasi syempre pagbibigyan lang din namin yung parents namin at saka yung lolo and lola namin na makasama ko siya sa court ng 1 year. Pero naudlot, so yun.
Hello also to Iska. I'm so sorry, EJ. We had to notice Iska at the
Kaya
background
eh.
kasi she wants to get in the show. Ayun, perfect.
Kanina
Yeah,
tinanong
sorry,
namin
yes.
how old she was. Sabi niya 3 siya.
Oo, and
Yeah.
sorry, back to what you were saying, EJ. Syempre, making that decision and talking to Ea about it's always going to be big But how did you talk to yung syempre yung coaching staff, yung sinabi mo sa kanila, and who else did you talk to in terms of making decision na to?
Siguro kay Aya lang talaga ako nag-open up about sa ganong decision. And, yun, di ko sure kung nasabi ko nila Coach Kung Fu eh.
Mhm.
Pero, sinabi ko na rin sa parents ko, and naintindihan naman nila yung situation.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. And you know what, EJ, let's talk about your team. You are the reigning champions from the last PVL conference. May pressure ba to join a team? Nakakapanalo pa lang ng championship or meron ka ng familiarity and comfort dahil same core members to for the club team you played for before?
Actually, wala siyang pressure kasi hindi yun yung pinapa-feel nila sa amin. Ngayon, may training na kami. And, yun, kasi di ba parang dati, nakakasama ko na sila. So, wala talagang pressure kasi, alam ko na kung paano sila gumalaw. And, yan.
No-brainer ba to, EJ, in terms of picking Chery? Kasi syempre, a lot of teams are making big moves Was this going to be the first choice for you all the time?
Siguro, Chery kasi talaga. Kasi sila talaga yung sa amin. Nandiyan parate
Mhm.
pag may kailangan kami. So, yun. At saka inaalagaan kasi naman talaga nila kami ng grabe. Grabe rin talaga yung alaga nila sa amin. So,
Yes.
yes.
And you know what, speaking of Chery, kanino ka pinaka-excited to play with, EJ?
Yeah.
Actually sa kanilang lahat kasi onti na lang din yung nakasabay kong maglaro. Parang sila Jasmine Nabor.
Yeah.
Parang ngayon ko pa lang sila na makakalaro. So parang syempre kinikilala ko sila paano maglaro, sila Buding. So yan.
Okay.
Well,
And you know
syempre,
what?
go ahead, Ai, go ahead.
Yes, and looking at your team now, EJ, marami nagsasabi na magiging challenge yung next season kasi wala yung Ate Jaja nyo, di ba,
Mm.
EJ? Pero we know na if time permits and yung schedules, yung Ate Mylene Paat nyo at din, may bagong experience from Thailand, di ba? So makakatulong ba tong international experience sa inyo?
Syempre makakatulong siya kasi syempre iba yung galaw sa Thailand, lalo na dito sa Philippines. So, Scarlett naman. So, yun, iba talaga yung mangyayari. At saka iba yung galaw talaga sa Thailand is mabilis.
Mhm.
So, siguro maa-adopt namin yung pagiging mabilis nila. E di, yun.
Yeah, alam mo, syempre, with all that experience coming in, it's always going to be a big thing para sa campaign ninyo dito sa PBL. Pero ano masasabi mo tungkol sa mga kasama mo bago? I mean, like, you're not the only new recruit, si Roma de Romal at si Naghandang. How would you describe yung laro nila and how do you think it will all mix in together?
Siguro si Roma at saka si Za, para silang silent healer. Wala lang kasi parang sa una kasi para silang tahimik-tahimik lang. Pero kapag nasa court na, syempre gagawa rin sila. So, yan.
Yes. And EJ, ano namang message mo sa lahat ng taga-suporta mo and syempre sa mga fans ng Chery Tiggo?
Babalik na tayo. Ilang years nang nawala. And yan. Thank you parate sa pagsusupport sa Chery Tiggo crossovers. And hopefully, makikita-kita tayo sa loob ng court. So yan. Thank
Alam mo,
you.
EJ, the fans are excited to see you. We're excited to see you. I'm sure Iska will be there on the sideline cheering you on also. Kasi if she is this entertaining now, watching you play, siguro ibang level na rin yun. Maraming salamat, EJ. Stay safe, stay healthy. Scarlett, ikaw rin. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Stay safe ka daw ka. Ingat ka daw. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, EJ.
Thank you.
Okay, so when we return, we'll go inside the game of newly crowned WBC Featherweight champion Magnifico Magsayo. Keep it here. You're watching the game. That was the most child-friendly version of the game that we've ever seen. Siyempre, EJ there with si Scarlett, Iska, yan yung palayaw niya. So, really fun. Hopefully, we get to see them all on the floor. Siyempre, si Scarlett on the side, making sure everyone, there to support si EJ. Pero, grabe, just excitement coming up. The PVL, hopefully here very soon.
Yeah, and you know what, Pao? Like, ever since I was courtside for PVL, sobrang nakaka-inspire to see young moms play. Like, also kay Ate Dindin, like, super excited na makita ni Chloe si Ate Dindin to play. So, to see Scarlett watch her mom, that's really exciting times for the next season.
You know, we always say it's the PVL family, and it feels like the family is growing bit by bit every time a new member is added. So, of course, we're excited for that. But up next, we're talking about boxing. Siyempre, si Magnifico Magsayo, new champion for the WBC Featherweight title. And we have that up next, his interview with Gretchen Ho coming soon. Welcome back. You're watching the game. I'm Pablo De Rosario. Now, once upon a time, a young street vendor from Bohol named Magsayo dreamt of becoming a world champion boxer like his idol Manny Pacquiao. Last month, he made those boxing dreams a reality after winning the WBC featherweight title, adding his name to the legendary list of our country's world boxing champions. Our very own Gretchen Ho caught up with Magnifico to relive his historic moment in the ring while looking ahead to what's next for his career in this edition of Inside the Game.
Oh, congratulations! World champion ka na! Kamusta? Nag-sink in na ba sa'yo ngayon? Ilang araw na?
Bago. Parang kahapon pa lang nag-sink in na world champion na ako. Parang kung kailan lang na, kasi dati up and down yung career ko. Wala pa sa, kung kailan, lagi kong tinatawag sa sarili ko kung kailan pa ako makalaban ng world title fight. Kasi ngayon biglang nag-world champion na ako. Kaya yung mga pinaghirapan naman talaga nag-paid off lahat.
Nakita ko kasi parang yung sumali ka sa Pacquiao Promotions, parang yung plano nyo talaga 'di ba, 2 fight muna, tapos pagkatapos noon yung tawag dito, title eliminator, tapos ngayon ito na, world title na. Parang tingin mo naging sulit ba yung ganong pinagdaanan mo bago mo nakuha yung belt na yan?
Sobrang naging lahat, nakuha ko lahat ng mga pangarap na to kasi sa pagsisikap. Kasi gusto ko talaga maging katulad ni Senator Manny Pacquiao, maging world champion. Kaya lagi kong in-inspire palagi sa sarili ko na dapat mag-world champion ako kasi pag nagka-edad tayo, magiging world champion. Magka-edad tayo, matanda tayo sa boxing, hindi pa ako world champion. Kaya nagsisikap talaga ako. Simula nung nasign ako dito sa Amerika kay MP Promotion at saka sa TGB Promotions, sinabi ko sa misis ko, hindi tayo uwi hanggat di maging world champion, sabi ko. Nung pagkatapos ng mga activity fights ko dito, kaya tinutuloy-tuloy ko na. At puti naman na naging successful naman lahat ng mga nangyari, kaya thankful ako kay God. Unang-una talaga.
Ano yung mga parang naging sakripisyo mo? Kasi balita ko si Coach Janet Aro medyo matindi yan Pagdating sa diet, si Heidi din pinahirapan. Ikaw naman, ano mga naging sakripisyo mo para lang marating yung ganitong level?
For almost 4 months before the fight, nagsimula na ako mag-diet. Grabe yung sakripisyo ko kahit December 25 dito. Training pa rin ako, akyat sa bundok. Tapos yung pagkain ko, itlog at saka kamote. Yun lang po yung tsubayin ako. Kaya sobrang pinagsikapan ko talaga dapat manalo ako sa laban. Kasi yung mga sakripisyo kong ginawa dito, dugot pawis yung mga nakasalalay dito. Kaya lalo na pag New Year, diet din. Kaya sabi ko, yung pagkain, nandyan lang yan. Itong opportunity na binigay sa akin ng promotions, hindi ko sasayangin. Kaya lahat ng pwedeng mangyari sa laban, ginawa ko na lahat para manalo.
Ngayon na nanalo ka na ng world title mo, meron bang payo sa'yo si Freddie Roach pagkatapos ng laban nyo?
Isa lang ang sinabi sa akin, wag magbago sa pagtitraining, sa ugali. Kung nung dumating dito, ganoon pa rin.
Nang next para kay Magnifico Magsayo?
Sa ngayon, wala pang plano kasi kakatapos lang ang laban, pahinga muna kasi kung okay na yung visa ng misis ko, uuwi kami ng Pinas para makabisita ulit sa mga pamilya. Matagal-tagal na rin di ako nakauwi, almost 2 years na. Kaya pahinga muna, tapos balik dito, training, pag-usapan yung laban.
Yung 4 na laban mo na dinaanan mo, yan ba yung pinag-usapan kasama ng Pacquiao Promotions? So, ibig sabihin yung susunod, pag-uusapan niyo pa? Yung mga susunod?
Lahat ng first fight ko dito nung 2020, October 3, 2020, simula hanggang ngayon, yun po yung pinag-usapan namin sa kontrata. Lahat ng all my contracts, lahat dito sa US na lalaban. Kaya sobrang thankful ako sa promotions ko kasi sinunod talaga nila lahat ng nasa kontrata. Una, 2 fights, activity fights. And then the other one is World Title Eliminator at saka WBO International Featherweight Championship. And pag nakalusot ako noon, sabi sa akin ni Coach Sean Gibbons, if you win this fight, maybe the next fight is the World Title fight. Then nung nanalo na ako, sabi ko kay Sir Sean, I already won the fight. what's next for me. So he said to me, what do you want? I want the best one, the World Championship, Gary Russell. Sabi niya, kaya sobrang tuwa siya dahil sinabi ko yun sa kanya na buong puso ko sinabi sa kanya na kaya ko labanan yung di kalibre na World Champion. Kaya sobrang tuwa po si Sir Sean sa mga nangyari at nanalo tayo.
Oo. Ito, nakita ko nga parang sinasabi dito na posibleng magkaroon na rematch kasi nga injured siya nung fourth round. Gusto mo bang magka-rematch? Open ka ba sa ganun?
Kung magaling na yung shoulder niya, why not? Kasi pero dadaan siya sa mga pagsubok na dinaanan ko, babalik siya sa umpisa bago siya makalaban sa akin. Kasi pinaghirapan ko rin to yung bago ko makuha eh. Kaya yung laban namin, yung first 1, 2, 3 rounds, wala pa siyang injury nun. Okay pa siya, tapos panalo ko sa scorecard na yun, kaya lamang ako dun. Natamaan ko lang talaga siya sa shoulder, kaya siya na-injury. At mas okay siya na kung wala siyang injury kasi makipagsabayan sa akin. Mas maganda sana kasi yun yung pinagtrainingan namin ni Coach Reyes mula umpisa eh. Yung style niya, marunong. Hindi siya masyadong tumatakbo sa mga laban niya. Sa laban ko lang, sobrang takbo-takbo siya kasi siyempre may injury siya. Sayang din kasi hindi niya napalabas yung lahat ng gusto niya palabas. Kung napalabas niya sana, siguro may mga knockout nangyari.
Anong klaseng career ang gusto mo maitatak, pati yung legacy mo?
Para sa akin, pagsikapan ko nga makagawa ng sarili kong pangalan sa larangan ng boxing, lalong-lalo na sa Pilipinas. Ilalagay ko yung pangalan ko sa buong mundo na kaya kong maging world champion na hindi lang basta world champion, magaling na world champion. Kaya lahat ng nagawa ni Senator Manny Pacquiao, yan ang nagdagdag sa akin ng inspirasyon sa mga lahat ng laban ko kasi sobrang idol ko po si Senator simula nung bata pa. 8 years old hanggang ngayon, idol ko pa rin. Kaya walang nagbabago yung pag-idol namin sa kanya. Kaya tuwing laban ako, lagi kong sinasabi, ipanalo ko lang palagi ang mga laban ko para magbigay na rin ng karangalan sa Pilipinas.
Yes, and that was WBC Featherweight champion Mark Magsayo with our very own Gretchen Ho on Inside the Game. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mai Tinsay.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paulo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.